Okay guys, here I am with my friend Terry Holladay. Say hi, Terry.
Hi.
Terry just come into the airport in Bozeman, Montana. Look at this beautiful country. We are headed up in the high country to archery hunt some elk. I flew in today from New Jersey, and Terry's got a great video of a beautiful bull that he got within 90 yards of last night, but unfortunately he didn't have a chance to put an arrow in him. And we got some rain here today. So here again with my buddy Terry, and we're headed up the mountain. Say big bull, big bull.
Big bull. After this weather, it's supposed to clear out, and should be some good elk hunting weather.
I sure hope you're right, buddy. Good morning, everybody. This is Joe Owens with my good friend Terry Holladay. We are up here in the Montana high country, and we are fixing to start our first day together archery elk hunting. Terry's been up here for a few days. Terry, kind of give us a rundown real quick on what we're going to do today in this cold weather that we got going on.
Well, it's been warm for the first few days I was here, and managed to find some fresh droppings, and lucky enough to just a couple days ago I walked into 90 yards from a nice 5x5, but things didn't work out. He kind of gave me the slip. I didn't have no collar to help me out, and now that we've had some rain come through for a day and a half, it's sprinkling this morning, kind of misty, and cooled down about 15-20 degrees. So hopefully they get a little antsy and start talking, and we can get on a nice bull, get one down.
I sure hope you're right, buddy. That sounds great. All right, guys, we'll get back to you. We're going hunting. Hey friends, Joe Owens here with my friend Terry Holladay, and we are hunting archery elk, Montana. This is the first year that Terry and I have ever drawn a tag here in Montana. And Terry, tell them what happened in the first week that we've been hunting.
Well, I was here for 4 days before I went and picked Joe up at the airport, do a little scouting, and walked down to a meadow one evening. Had a nice 5x5 out about 90 yards, but he put the sneak on me and kind of slipped off. I didn't get a chance to shoot him. Then I picked up Joe, and since then we've been covering a lot of drainages along the roads, a lot of ground, and we've seen a lot of other hunters. We found 2 elk one morning. There were cows out in a meadow at first light. Other than that, we really haven't seen much sign, so here we are diving off into a steep canyon with 3 days worth of food. We're going to go down here by the river and hit a couple drainages up a little further from some outfitters, so hopefully we don't mess with them, and we can find some elk down here.
Terry said it perfectly. We're hunting an area, it's a general tag here in central Montana, and it's called the Little Belt Mountains. If you're not familiar with it, there's a lot of elk hunters up here, a lot of quads, a lot of side-by-sides. So we are belling off in the steepest, roughest, biggest canyon we can find in hopes of finding some elk. So stay with us and see how we do. Okay guys, thanks for sticking with us. I'm looking at Terry here. You can see the side of his tent. We're going to walk over there in a minute and see what he's got going here. As you can see, we got to the bottom of this canyon here, and we set up our little tents. Here's my Kuyu Summit Star. It's a nice little one-person tent. There's my backpack. Got my bow here set up. You can see we set up under some trees. Been getting some rain and stuff up here. You can see the clouds up there, so just anticipating more rain. We moved under here, and Terry noticed as soon as we set up this little camp here, check this out. This is an old meat pole that somebody had either a deer or elk hanging from, and then over here in the stream is an old jawbone. See if I can show that to you here. There you go. See the white jawbone right down there? Beautiful little creek here. We haven't seen any trout in here, but there might be a few in here. But let's go over here and check out Terry's camp. Where he's going to be sleeping. There's backside of my tent, and then Terry's got his tent tucked in here, but under the trees and stuff. How we doing, Terry?
Doing pretty good.
Good. What do you
find some elk in here?
Oh yeah, we'll find some elk in here.
We're about 2.5 miles from the truck.
Good.
And about 2.5 miles further downstream, maybe 3, is some outfitters. So hopefully they don't venture up this far. We haven't seen any horse poop yet, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's a really good sign.
They ain't been up in here.
and hopefully we'll be able this evening to get Terry into a nice bull down here, and then pack it out. But I just wanted to kind of show you our camp here, and stick with us and keep checking out everything that we got going on.
I was just looking at Onyx to find out how far the truck was away out of curiosity.
Here you go, guys. We're going to have Terry show you the navigation that we have up here in the mountains and how he uses it.
Yeah, we're using Onyx, and I can mark where we have seen some wallows. Currently our camp is here by a blue dot, and some recent bull elk sightings. And up this pack trail a ways is where our is where our truck is up here off the road. It is approximately it says 1.7 miles, but going around that curve there, we're about 2.25, 2.5 miles in.
Terry, when you have the tracking on this, does it show accurate tracking where you could like find your way back to the truck at night like a GPS unit?
Yes, the little blue dashed lines are the tracks that we walked right in.
Okay.
And I saved some of my tracks when I've walked around just to have an idea where I've been. Some of them I don't, and it does make it really easy, such as this morning we was up in here, and we walked down, turned around, went back, and found our way back to the truck, and we got right back on the tracks that we was on, and just makes it a little bit easier. Some of the stuff, that open area we was in this morning, you can see the openness and the trees. That's a nice thing. You have satellite imagery no matter where you're at, and walking around in some of them trees, it's kind of hard to tell where you're at. Everything looks the same.
Oh yeah, absolutely it does. Can you show us one of the things that you've highlighted, like when you marked a wall or something like that? Can you show us when you touch it what it does, how it lights up and shows you?
Well, if I can get that to work, let's see, where are we at? Hit the button and it'll bring us back to where he's at.
Okay.
I can touch the exact spot. It's trying to make another waypoint, but if I can touch the exact spot where it's at, it's not working.
Not working?
No, it's kind of hard to hit the exact spot, but normally if you hit the exact spot, it will bring that up and it'll tell you what was there and when you made that waypoint. Coordinates. And another thing you can do with the Onyx is I can take these waypoints and share them with somebody else.
Somebody else that has Onyx, you mean?
Somebody else that has Onyx, and I can share all these waypoints with them.
Okay, so like say when Ron and I go to Alaska, if he shared the stuff on his Onyx with you from Alaska, it would come across to yours?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He'd probably have to have internet connection to do so, but as long as we are both where we have connection, he can just share them. And that's how I have a couple of these on here, as he shared them with me, where he had camped and where he had seen some elk.
Okay, all right, good stuff. Thank you. Boy, you never know what you're going to find. Terry and I are here at, what is it today, Terry, the 20th of September?
Yeah.
And we are about 4 miles from the nearest road here, packed down into the Montana backcountry archery elk hunting, and come up on this ridge. And this is an old stove that somebody had here, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. You can see here that we're just surrounded by backcountry, and wow, kind of strange, but
everything seems to be here but the door.
Oh yeah, right, absolutely.
I don't know where it's at.
Oh, who knows? Thing's probably older than you and me. Probably been here a while. All right, guys. I want to show you something here. This is my buddy Terry Holladay. We are here in the backcountry of central Montana. And explain to us, Terry, what you're doing here, bud.
Well, we're not supposed to drink this water out of the stream because you could get some bacterias, Giardia or something like that, and cause major diarrhea for about 4 days, and we really don't want that. So there's different filter systems. This is a Sawyer Squeeze, the Sawyer Mini, and fill this bag full of water, and then I squeeze it through this bag and fill up, and it gets rid of 99.9% all your bacteria, and it's safe to drink. So it keeps us from having disruptions in our elk hunt.
Good stuff, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey guys, how you doing? Joe Owens here from the Backcountry of Central Montana. It is September 20th, and I'm on an archery elk hunt up here with my good friend Terry Holladay from Iowa. You know, for anybody that doesn't know Terry, if you've ever had an opportunity to go to the great state of Iowa, you'll notice when you go into that state, there's a great big sign that says, "Welcome to Iowa, home of Terry Holladay, the whitetail slayer." Oh, okay, it doesn't really say that, but honestly, it probably should. Terry is a very experienced whitetail hunter. He has literally harvested 100 whitetail deer with his bow from back home in Iowa. And I flew out from New Jersey, and he picked me up. And guys, I got to tell you the truth. We're both very experienced archery elk hunters. We've both taken a number of bulls in different states, and this is probably thus far the hardest elk hunt that I've ever been on. We're into like I think about day 9, and during that time Terry saw one 5x5 bull. He and him and I saw 2 cows running across the meadow, and we have yet to hear a single bugle. We're seeing scattered fresh sign, rubs mostly from last year, but we saw a few good rubs from this year. And we have not seen a single person whiz up on top of some ridges up there, and there was a ton of pressure up there. We're hunting the Little Belt Mountains in central Montana. So Terry and I, we literally took our backpacks, packed up a few days' food for a bivouac hunt, and we hiked off into, some people would just say an absolute hellhole, but we found the steepest, deepest, roughest canyon that we could find, and we are down here. Nobody in the right mind is down here. We seem to be alone down here, and there's some good sign down here, but we have yet to have these elk start talking. Tonight it's supposed to get down to 25, and maybe that cold weather will might trigger them a little bit, but while Terry's filling up his water bladder, I'm going to do my dishes down here, and that's it for now. Stay with us, and wish us good luck. Thank you. Good morning. Today is, I'm not sure, is today Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday, I believe, the 21st.
Saturday, the 21st of September. I'm here with my good friend Terry Holladay in the backcountry of Montana. We have hiked down into a steep, remote, rugged canyon in search of elk. And man, I got to tell you, they're giving us fits this morning, but I just kind of wanted to show you what Terry and I have for breakfast to give us a good start. Terry, tell us what you're eating there, buddy.
I'm having Mountain House biscuits and gravy.
Ooh.
Nice hot meal for breakfast, plus it makes excellent hand warmer.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you can't tell when you're looking at this camera, but it's brisk this morning. It's there's a bite in the air. We thought, what were they calling for? 25 for the low this morning?
25 this morning, so I have no idea what it is, but it's chilly.
Yeah, the only thing we're lacking right now is hearing a big old bull screaming his timber, and I'll kind of show you, here's show you what I'm having for breakfast. I'm having some Peak Refuel strawberry cranberry for breakfast. Just delicious stuff. You can see what Terry and I primarily try to do, because everything we're doing up here is bivouacking, which means that we're packing all of our gear on our back. Terry's got him a little one-man tent there. I got my little one-man Kuyu Summit Star tent here, and it's very minimalist gear. And then we have our hunting bows and a little bit of gear. And what else, Terry? What else we got going on this morning?
We're packing up and heading up 2.5 miles out of this canyon to go and search for some elk somewhere else, because if you're not hearing them bugling and having encounters, they're just not where you're at, so you're gonna have to locate them.
Yeah,
the hardest part of it is finding elk.
And you know what, guys, if you've never elk hunted, or maybe you're new to it, what Terry just said, there's so much wisdom in that statement. We've been hunting, archery hunting elk for years, and Terry and I both taken on some good bulls and a lot of elk with archery gear, and he is so right. Don't be one of those guys that move into an area and say, okay, I'm just going to stay here and wait for the elk to come here, because you may be waiting there the entire season. In the 10 days that we've been here, and this is just an estimate, I haven't looked at Terry's inReach, but I'm guessing we've probably hiked somewhere in the neighborhood, give or take a few miles, of about 90 miles. And is that close, Terry?
That's probably close.
And we've probably been in 8 or 10 different drainages. We found some fresh rubs, but again, it's important to remember that a lot of times where the elk rub at, that does not mean that's where those elk are going to rut at. They could literally rub up an entire ridge and different benches and wallow areas, and they may be rutting 10 or 20, even 30 miles away from that. So you got to keep moving. You got to find them. Once you get them bugling, it's easier to pinpoint them, and hopefully stay with us, and hopefully we'll be able to call in a couple. What else?
Let's get going.
Let's get going. God bless you guys and your families, and have a wonderful morning.
Hi, this is Terry Holladay here with my friend Joe Owens. We're in central Montana hunting elk. We've been here for myself a couple of weeks, Joe probably 10 days. There's a lot of pressure, and we have been trying many different drainages. Managed to find a 5x5 one evening about 90 yards from me, and I didn't get a shot at him before I picked up Joe. And since then we had only seen 2 cows, a lot of pressure, so we made the decision to dive off into a wilderness area with a few days of food, and it looked wonderful down there. We saw a couple of tracks, but the bulls are just not sounding off, and so we came back out after 2 days. We went down low, trying to get possibly closer to some private, a little lower altitude, and that was all cliffy down there. So we came back up, and on our way up stumbled across a place thought looked pretty good. I was looking at the left and Joe was looking at the right. So we came up here to the right and followed a road, got in a little ways, and last night had a 5x5.
Yeah, nice 5x5.
A nice 5x5 walked by at about 90 yards. We were just set up in the wrong spot, and he was quiet. But after we got back to camp at dark, 8:45, we started hearing some bugles, a real raspy bugle, and a lot of just growling.
Oh yeah,
all
those
he was
were good
doing
bulls.
was just growling, and that started at 8:45, and they were still going off this morning when we headed after them at about 6 o'clock, 6:30.
Yeah, and we were right on them for what, like
right
2
before
hours?
daylight. We followed them for a couple of hours. There was 2 bulls that we know for sure. We believe there was 3. One of them I saw, maybe a 320. Joe saying the herd bull was pushing 360.
Yeah,
mean,
I
he was
only
a
saw
nice,
his left antler, but his left antler was bigger than the 358 bull that I have at home.
And we dogged him for a little while, and had a cow and a calf split off for some reason. Came down. I drew on her. I would have been happy with the cow.
Oh yeah.
But she stopped with about an 8-inch tree right where her vitals were at, and I wasn't gonna squeeze nothing behind her. I can only see the last few ribs. So she got a walk, and we chased after him some more. One of the bulls turned a little bit, the smaller one, and we thought he might come down, but you can't keep up with them elk in these mountains. And
When you say the smaller one and he's a 320 class bull, that's pretty good.
yeah, we'd take any of them. But
Oh yeah.
and we followed them a ways. Believe we know where they went off to bed at. Supposedly another hunter passed by our camp this morning and said that 2 nights ago there was some bugling down below us, 3 bulls. So maybe they're kind of working this area if they don't get blown out, and we're hoping tonight they cut down a little bit west of us here.
Yeah.
And our wind's good, and we can intercept them and maybe get a shot off this afternoon. Otherwise we got 3 days to get her done.
Yeah, absolutely. We got I've been here for 10 days. Terry's been here for like 14, and like Terry said, you know, we're here in the Little Belt Mountains of central Montana. We're non-residents to Montana. It's our first year ever hunting here, and man, I'm not going to lie to you. When I first got up here, I was pretty much depressed. There is fifth wheelers and campers and hikers, and I mean, some of the campgrounds had like 30 hunting setup rigs set up in them. And Terry and I have been able to do a lot of hiking. We've hiked well over 100 miles. As Terry said, you know, we're putting in maximum effort. But up until yesterday, we never heard a single bugle.
Yeah, it was the 21st yesterday before we heard a
Right, exactly.
a definite bull.
And speaking of dates, today is September 22nd, and if my wonderful, amazing daughter, Kaylin, happens to see this video, sweetheart, I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful birthday today. What else?
Hopefully later on we can show some tracking and quartering up an elk.
Absolutely. Stay with us, and wish us luck tonight. The wind's fixing to change here in the afternoon, and we're thinking that those animals are going to come down here to a stock tank to get water, and if they do, the good Lord willing, we're going to put an arrow in a couple of them. But if you got nothing else, bud, I'll shut it off.
That's all.
Okay. Hey, Joe Owens here in the backcountry of Montana. You ever wonder what bow hunters do when it's 45 degrees outside? You've been bow hunting for 9 days and you're standing in a little mountain creek and it's 35 degrees? Well, this is what you do. You strip down into your skivvies and you give yourself a good old frozen river creek bath and try to make sure that it's clean everything. And don't forget to clean the poopy hole. You gotta clean the poopy hole. Guys, God bless you. Wish us luck going out on an afternoon elk hunt this afternoon. Hopefully we'll be able to call in a good bull. All right, we'll talk to you later. Hey friends, Joe Owens here with my good friend Terry Holladay. Say hi. Hello. Terry Holladay.
Hi, Terry Holladay.
Today is September 26th, guys. We are on our way to Bozeman, Montana, where Terry's dropping me off at the airport. I just wanted to show you some beautiful country here that we're driving through. Look at these gorgeous mountains up here. Unfortunately, we're not taking any elk home with us this trip. We were right on the hills of a couple of good bulls, as you know, but I just wanted to kind of give you an idea and show you what this beautiful country looks like up here. Very nice. Probably not a great place to be in the middle of the winter, but a lot of beautiful farmland here, a lot of good country. Beautiful little building here with an American flag, which is always awesome. And guys, thanks for checking out our video, and just have a wonderful day today.